Yeah, well, when you think about Cardi, and I agree with you 100%. I remember being impressed with the fact that Cardi, she when she went on stage and she supported Colin Kaepernick back in the day. I think it was at the BET Awards. So I don't think I'm not a believer in just beating up Cardi no matter what. I think that Cardi can be challenged, but beating her up and saying that she's worthless, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't see things in black and white. Nobody. I don't see her in black and white. I don't see Obama in black and white. I don't see Trump in black and white. I don't see none of it in black and white because I'm too smart for that. You're too smart for that. We're too smart for that. The people in this space in this platform are too smart for that. But what I will say is that I think with Cardi, what's interesting is that I would say that Bernie, if his goal is to try to get elected by liberals, that's what he's trying to appeal to. He's trying to ignite his liberal base. He's not going to get a lot of moderates. He's not going to get a lot of, a lot of black folks are not liberal. A lot of black folks are like, you know what, we have family values that aren't in alignment with everything that comes out of a liberal's mouth. Some of that stuff y'all saying is sounding crazy to us. Tell me yes or no if you think some of that liberal. I think I remember even seeing where Target or one of the big department stores was going to stop having a boys and a girls section for clothes, and they were going to have everything be gender neutral. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't know nothing about that shit. Like, that's stupid to me, right? So I think that, to the extent that Cardi is not just a person that appeals to black people, she has fans all around the world of all different ethnic backgrounds. They tend to be liberal, right? They tend to see Cardi maybe as a champion for the rights of sex workers, things like that. Which is fine, right? But they can have that conversation because liberals, that's kind of their MO, right? We want to do certain things when it comes to sex and gender. We want to legalize drugs and prostitution. We want whatever, right? And some of that's okay, some of it's not. It's okay for people to feel how they feel. But I think that appealing to Cardi, it ain't a black thing. And what I'm really hoping is that there's nobody in Bernie Sanders' camp who has led him to really believe that talking to Cardi B is the same as talking to black people. The B in Cardi B does not stand for black. She's not Cardi Black. Maybe she's Cardi Bill Cosby. Maybe the B stands for Bill Cosby, but it don't stand for black. So he's going to get a base there. But if you're really talking about trying to talk to black people, that's when you got to do the stuff that a liberal won't do. Especially not a liberal person from the Jewish community, which means talking to somebody like a Farrakhan. Right? Millions of black people support and respect people like Farrakhan. And the fact that you're going to try to demonize some of the leaders that we respect the most, who are really out here doing the damn thing, really doing the work for the community, putting us, really getting on the front lines for us, that is going to alienate a lot of black people. And also, when you consider the fact that the liberals can speak all day about a lot of liberal issues or speak a lot on issues that relate to maybe immigrants, but have very little conversation about things like, for example, the fact that 45% of all black males in Chicago between the ages of 20 and 24 don't have a job and are not in school. That's a problem, right? When you could talk about little children being locked up, the kids from El Salvador, being locked up with their parents in detention centers, which is what happens when you break into a country, by the way. If I go break into China, they're not going to just say, well, come on in. They're going to lock my ass up, right? No disrespect. I'm not dissing anybody, but that's what happens, right? But at the same time, it's like, if you're going to talk about somebody else being away from their parents for a couple of weeks in a detention center, I don't see why you're not also talking about all the tens of thousands of black people right now who are incarcerated under nonviolent federal crimes that should be released. I'm okay if you release the people in the detention centers, please go ahead, but release us first. Give us free. Like seriously, like give us free first. And then, you know what, if you want to go, I'll vote for you. In fact, Bernie Sanders right now, I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna let you talk. Bernie Sanders, if you're watching, if you go and you free 50,000 non-violent black people who violated federal law, and you can even go to the ones who've been in prison for say 5 to 10 years or longer, I will vote for you, I will endorse you, and I will go out, I will personally speak on behalf of getting rid of all of the detention centers. But if you can't